I have always had like little notes, and then I said, oh, this is my plans for this,
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, ask Rudy about this. Maybe Rudy knows that. Do you think Rudy has never done this? So
Yes, okay. Well, Rudy has done a lot, but not everything.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. For people watching this and they want to take on a car building project, what kind of thought process do you go through when you take on this kind of project? I go back like 7 years ago when you first saw this Heb in France, when you purchased it. How does one properly formulate the plan? What's the best way to plan it out? What do you think? How do you go about it?
For me, I'm not afraid. That's a starting point, I'm not afraid of damage or rust or missing parts. For me, it's an adventure. When I see a project, I think I can manage, and if not, why not? Normally, I prefer starting at the front and working back to. Because you take the floor off, you take the body off. That's easy on any Beetle. So that's,
sure.
And the chassis is the same, so there's no problems. And if you start at the front, then you have the front side from any convertible is the same as from a sedan.
Okay.
So that's the easy part for most people to start with. Then when you're there, you have already a third of a car. Basically, I cut it in my mind in 3 pieces. You have the front, you have the doors, and you have the rear. So when you've done the front, then you look, oh, that's a lot of work. Oh, ouch. But then when you start putting in 2 doors, even if they are not correct, but just to fit them, and you have the correct measurements.
Right.
Then you look, you will say, hey, I'm almost 2/3 of a car. It's like a mind game.
Yes.
The first car was the most difficult car because we had no plan, and then we figured out, okay, we start at the front and don't look at the rear, don't look. Yes, like that. Oh, and then stopping and turning at night, what have I done? And will we manage? But so far, every car we managed to fix, and then you get more skills. So, like for instance, today we had front fenders from BBT on another car, and he said, well, I don't like the gaps. I said, well, you can alter it. Yes, I can do that, but that's half a day of work. I said, okay, it has to be good.
What by gaps you mean where the fender meets the body, where it comes up to it?
Exactly, and then you get where you have the spare wheel section that goes a little bit curved.
Okay.
And that line put on the fenders, that line goes up. It's like a little tier, but it is a smooth line.
I see.
And then just at the points, the ends of the fenders where they go to the spare wheels intersection, there was a big gap. And the curve was not the same as from the spare wheel section.
Ah, okay.
Well, how critical can you be? But we said, well, we don't like that, so we altered it. Like 3-4 hours on each fender, just for the corners.
Wow. When you talk about you not being afraid, what is there to be afraid of?
Well, there's afraid of if you can't see what you buy. That's always exciting. And then if you take it apart, what are you going to see behind the paint or the filler? And then you have to start, okay, is it straight? Can we get it straight? Can we sort it? Can we find the parts? Because these cars are now 70 years old. It's not getting easier, to be honest.
Yes.
And it's a feeling. So some people are afraid of metal. I can't explain, but some people think, ooh, and then, you know what I mean? They see a car that, ooh, and just think, well, we can do it.
How do you break up the task? What do you like doing on these cars?
For me, I also do the dirty work, like taking it apart, cleaning it, making it ready to get it well. Sometimes I help the welder, but the welder he's more skilled. Why should I do it if he is much better?
Sure.
So I'm the contractor for him, but I'm also sometimes his assistant. So we are also friends. So that it's all mingling. I'm not sure it's the correct word, but
partnership kind of thing.
Yeah, it's partnerships, it's friends. I like to find all the parts, build it correct, and I know exactly. And I like to find. Then he has questions. How should I do this?
Sure.
And I go in my archives and I ask friends, and there's lots of pictures. I compare them. I have 49, 50, 51, and now I have a 52 at home. So I have 4 years of split Beetles. So for the basics. Parts, then you can check to be sure, hey, all the years are the same.
So you would say that if somebody was going to do this kind of project, it's really important to have people to work with so you can bounce ideas back and forth. And I see people online working by themselves they get questions they can't answer, so they ask people online. But the fact that you have kind of a network, I think that is crucial to the process.
Yes, and Marcus is in Germany, and he's always doing the upholstery for me, and the roof and the seats and the carpet. He's good. Klaus has the correct wood, so we buy the wood from Klaus. Combine it all. Sometimes I'm like a contractor, I restore the car, but Marcus will do the roof. And of course, I have to make sure that all the parts are there that he needed. And I have a very good body shop, and they know exactly how I want to do my car. I go every Friday, I go to see. And sometimes they even call me, hey Rudy, we didn't work on your car this week, so you no need to visit us on Friday, except for a beer, So,
Yes.
or they know now, if you're not sure, call me, because within 15 minutes I'm at your place. They were not used to work like that, but I prefer that, because if they are struggling for a few hours, for them it's not good, and for me also it's not good, because I have to pay the hours, and at the end I'm not happy with it. So
right.
I don't want to struggle, but sometimes you think different ways, and then you have to combine each other's knowledge to get a good end result.
Yeah, because there's so many tasks that make this possible, and you can tackle those tasks differently, right?
Sometimes I think, I thought you would do it like that, and then he would say, yes, but that's not the correct way to do it, or you think this is faster, but at the end, those problems to solve then, it's almost like a human. Every car is unique.
It's great, yeah.
It's all metal, but they are hand-built cars. And after 70 years, most of the cars have done, let's say 5 or 6 restos already. And sometimes they are really done on a bad way, because when they were 20 years old, they were cheap cars. And when a car is cheap, you want to fix it cheap. And now they are very expensive. So now we are more like, okay, we can spend more money and time in it, because the value is much higher. So now we can rebuild them much better.
It's funny how you uncover other people's shortcuts. Someone that does it quick, the easy way, and then you years later, you sandblast, and you're like, why would they do this?
Exactly, and then you see there's no metal, but there is like Bondo for half an inch or more. There's only Bondo and metal wire in it.
Fence posts in there before, concrete, plastic zip ties, styrofoam. People use anything they can to fill the car and make it look one thing, but it's not structurally sound and not safe. So
people, they use you also call it per foam. Like in walls you can put it, or
it comes in a can, right?
Yes, and it's easy to cut when it's hard. So even people use that, and they spray it in the hollow sections, and then you put Bondo over it, and it looks perfect. But that stuff takes water in, let's say in a year, then you have a problem. The size is 6 times as big as it was when you started.
You could have just left them alone, have been better.
So if I buy cars like the triple black one, that's the first paint car. That's the original paint. So no way you can hide things. I prefer to buy cars like that if possible.
Yeah.
Then you know what you're buying.
No unfortunate surprises. Okay, so what are your thoughts on next steps?
The next step will be working on the rear cowl. I think that will look nice when the time you arrive. Then you will see the complete body in metal.
Okay.
It will be close to finish. We have to finish the doors then.
I'm more interested in the process. How you see
the process is now we're working on the rear section. When Hebmüller has special tension panels everywhere in the rear. There are special water drains, so we have to fix that again, because it's always rusty in that area. And then basically it's like a model car, to be honest. If you have lots of parts, only it's bigger, and you have to build it and test fit it and then tweak it. Or sometimes you think this is the wrong way, so we have to go back 3 steps and start over again.
Right.
Those things happen.
Yeah, because most people have no idea how to do this, and most people have never built a Hebmüller. So the most important thing, Rudy, is to have fun with it. If you enjoy the process. And you should. If I lived in the Netherlands, I would come over and just hang out and watch you do it. It would be so much fun, right?
Yes.
But I can't.
Yes, we will start in a few weeks.
So okay, great. I think that's just about all of my questions.
I think it's nice because it's now on the lift.
Yes.
I just showed you the pictures from the floor.
That's great. I was watching this documentary, Rudy, about a watchmaker. He opens up a watch that was made in like 1900s, and he's taking it apart. He's got his little eye thing, and he's looking at it, and he's like, this person who worked on the watch last, his name is Mr. Smith. And I know that because he put his mark here. And before that, the guy, his name was Johann. And before that, his name was John. So I know the three different people because watchmakers, they put their mark and the date that they serviced the watch on these old watches. So I bring this up to you because here we are working on this piece of history, maybe, and I don't know where on the car, maybe there's an idea that maybe we carve something into the chassis on the tunnel or something that shows that Rudy fixed this car that hasn't been on the road. When was the last time you think that was on the road?
I think it wasn't on the road for maybe 30 years or so.
30 years ago, somebody was driving this car, but now 30 years later, you get to make it drivable. But ultimately, as the builder, I think it's a nice little piece of history to put your signature, or I don't know how that would work. But
That's a good idea. Somebody told me more. You should make a plaque or so built by RR Classics. Let's say your car would be number 5 or something like that. I know people do that, but I never done it, you know. And we think, well, we built the car and it's finished. But maybe it's a good idea. We make something nice to put in the car.
It's your work as an artist.
It's nice when you're here. We can see, look at the good place to do that.
That's great. I love that. That'd be great. So yeah, I want to just put this thoughts in your head to think about because
I wrote some things down. Yes.
That's all really my questions, and I'm thinking a lot about the history of the car. So it was built in 1950. You first found it 7 years ago, but between 1950 and what happened to this car in those years? Who owned it? Where did it live? It lived in France, it lived here. Like you said earlier, these cars are like people, they have their own personalities. What is the journey that this car has gone on to?
Now we know where it's delivered new, so because that's on the files. Well, it's built in at the Hebmüller factory. I have a movie made in the factory. This is my own Heb. They allowed us in. We were just at the Hebmüller meeting and the Hebmüller factory is there. And they said, what are you going to do? Well, we're taking the Heb from the trailer and we put the 2 Hebs in front of the gate because they were built here in 49. And then they said, would you like to go inside? Yes, we want to go inside. And then we saw the whole factory and then they said, would you like to be in where they were built, the fabric area? I said, oh yes, we like that. And then we said, can we go in with the cars? Yes, we opened the gate and then we drove in with 2 Hebmüllers. I just finished restoring that one, the black and ivory one from Pete. And then we reloaded that Heb in the factory on the trailer.
Wow, that's great.
And then we did the quality check like it was like for 70 years ago, you know, like yes, the car is ready to go. And then we go out and oink, oink.
That's amazing. What a great story.
So you have all kinds of stories and that's good.
I don't know how much of a detective I can be. I think it's going to be challenging to try to trace this Heb's life backwards. Do you think it's possible to find the person you bought the car from?
If he's still alive, it will be a challenge. We tried to contact him and at the end, not me, but friends from France did. And he said they don't want to discuss any cars at all. They keep the history closed. In France, it's a bit of a problem. So, but maybe later, the other way.
Okay.
I haven't done that. So start back to Switzerland and maybe we can find some history in Switzerland. But if you don't try it, you never do it.
So to think about it.
Yeah, I can think about it. Let's see what we can find out.
I'm very hopeful.
Yes, I understand.
Fingers crossed, you know. So I like the story of the car that got built in the 50s and goes through this process, ends up in France, and then you rescue it for 30 years of being off the road, and then bring life back to it again.
Yeah, bring it back to life.
Yeah, that's a great story. Everybody's gonna go Rudy, go.
Go, Rudy, go. Yes.
Yeah,
That's go, Rudy, go.
Anyway, maybe in 3 weeks or so, I will have hopefully more things to think about.
Okay, that's fine. Yes. Are you getting used to it now?
Yes.
Change of the plans and things, and that you really bought the Hebmüller?
Yes, I'm getting used to it now, and I'm getting used to the idea because I wanted to chop the oval up and I wanted to do the whole process. I was excited, and so changing my mind around it, I was kind of like, okay, now I'm ready to do it.
Okay, well, you can still chop your oval.
I think that it's better to find somebody who wants to make a 55. It could be really lovely for somebody who wants to take it the rest of the way. One more story in the chapters of the Rudy book. So
yes, I can write a few chapters. Yes.
Well, hopefully you have a good week, and hopefully have more fun, heavy questions for you. We'll see.
Okay,
I'll try.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
See
Bye.
you in a few weeks.
See you in a few weeks. Bye.
I was asking Rudy about the brochures. If you were back in time, 1950s, at a Volkswagen dealership, what would the salesperson show you if you wanted to buy a Hebmüller? And of course he has it. Of course he has the brochures. Rudy, today I'd like to buy a 4-seater convertible. This one, so detailed, and the drawings and the artwork is so fun. Look at.
Yeah, if you want to choose, if
I don't want 4 seats.
no, you want a 2-seater,
Yes.
then you can choose for a 2-seater. And then you have,
Oh wow, and the black and the
this.
red, beautiful.
yes.
Now you see as it was in the original from the trying to sell it, right?
Yes, this is how they were produced.
Mm. Oh yeah, and you have the clock, like you said, and
Yes.
they don't have a radio in theirs.
No, the whole, no, if you buy it, it would be like this normally.
Yeah, and only one sun visor. These are all things I've learned, right? One visor, not two. You have all these add-ons.
Yes, and even you could buy them without one sun visor. Oh, with no sun visors also. So in the brochure there is one, and later they as an extra they did 2 sun visors. Because you are a collector, then you have like this, and then you have like this.
Oh, the red and the blue.
So you have blue and you have red.
Okay.
Yeah, for the they're all identical. Only this one is special from, they printed them themselves.
Oh.
Ruud, dealer, and therefore I think it's red, because this is the normal one without the dealer name on it. So
I see.
this one, I think this one will be handed out by Volkswagen, and they would say, oh, we print our own with our name on it.
Got it. And as a collector, you have to have them both, of course.
If possible, yes. That's this is from an oval area.
Oh yeah, very very Art Deco now.
So
right?
yeah, this is more Art Deco. This is more drawing and not 100%. This is a little bit of fantasy.
Oh, fancy! Look at that.
So then,
This is the dream.
yeah, this is the oval convertible.
Mm.
This one had a more hard life than those.
Yeah.
This is also very nice. This is an old magazine from June 49 that the Hebmüller is coming, and the Beetle.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's great. Das Auto.
Das Auto, ja. So it's nice to have this and the book.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome.